Okay, my name's Jamie Carcel. We're going to do a little tips and tricks video here on how to grind up an anvil to use for farriery and blacksmithing. We're going to soften the edges up and put a nice round here and soften that edge up right there. We're going to soften it up here, soften it up here, and soften all the edges up. But if you'll grind it certain ways where you can make your little cocks and wedges and bob punches and stuff like that, soften up this hardy hole, soften up your Pritchell hole a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of go over that right quick and show you what to do. Okay, we're going to demonstrate grinding up this anvil for y'all so you can use it out in the field. And here we go. We're going to soften up this edge right here. Make it pretty round, about a couple of 2 to 3 inches right here. I want to make it pretty round right here. I know this has all been shown before, but I'm doing it again. Now I just like to take the sharp edge off. These corners right here. And I'll go up here about even with the hardy hole, and I'll make this round again right here. All the way out to the end. Okay, so we've ground up the edges on this, and we've ground pretty heavily here, a nice little row, pretty heavily here, a nice softened edge, and pretty heavily here, a nice softened edge. So if you want to make a caulk or a wedge or something like that, and you need a soft edge to set down the material, a lot of times this off edge right here is good to do that. If you're needing to open up a shoe or put a flat spot on a keg shoe or something like that, and you're not using your horn, you're using the heel of your anvil, you've got a softened edge here and a softened edge here so it doesn't just kink your shoe up. Now what we're going to do after all the edges have been ground all the way around this anvil and soft, we're going to do the hardy hole. So some guys get one of these little 1-inch sanders and do this. I just do it with a file, a half-round file. So I take off the sharp edge right there. Then I turn this around and I radius it just a little bit with the radius edge. And I'll go all the way around this and do this. And that will take off any sharp edges you have right there in the casting. A lot of these anvils now are cast steel anvil, and so the castings are imperfection. They got imperfections in their castings and stuff, and you got to do this stuff. So if you'll see, that's the hardy hole taken care of. This or the and then this is the Pritchell hole. So the way I do the Pritchell hole is the same thing. I get a small rat tail file, and I just do the same thing with it. Go all the way around it at a bit of an angle. And I take that edge off and make sure that there's no imperfections there. And you can feel how that just loosened up. That edge just got took off of there. And just feel of everything. Make sure everything feels like the edge. There's an edge right here still. Make sure everything is where you want it. And nice and soft so you're not chipping things whenever you're using your hammer. Okay. I know that was a pretty simple trick, but it's something we have to do when we buy these anvils, because you don't want these edges being too sharp. They'll rip your knuckles up, and you want these soft edges to be where you can work your shoes and not just bite into your shoe and kink your shoes. So I hope this helps everybody. It's just a good little something to do every time you get a brand new anvil. If you don't do it, you'll be sorry you didn't. So, because these hardy holes and stuff like that, they'll just, big chunks of them will chip off of there if you don't soften them up a little bit. So hope everybody enjoyed that.